I was surprised to learn that Matt Damon would be playing Odysseus in Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. It's because when you picture one of mythology's greatest heroes, Matt Damon probably isn't the first face that comes to mind. Christopher Nolan has assembled one of the most unconventional ensembles imaginable for The Odyssey. Whether it's Tom Holland stepping into the role of Telemachus, Anne Hathaway portraying Penelope, Zendaya taking on the role of Athena, or Lupita Nyong'o joining the cast as a prominent mythological figure, there have been several casting decisions which prompted fans of the Greek mythology to stop and ask, really? But that's often the hallmark of a great filmmaker. Great casting isn't always about finding the most obvious choice. Sometimes it's about seeing qualities in an actor that audiences haven't yet considered. And if there is a filmmaker who has earned the benefit of the doubt when it comes to casting, it's certainly Christopher Nolan. After Heath Ledger's Joker silenced an entire industry of skeptics, I learned to wait until the performance is on the screen before making up my mind. There's also another factor worth remembering. Matt Damon isn't new to Christopher Nolan's world. After working with Damon in Oppenheimer, Nolan had a front row seat to watch how he operates as an actor. Nolan has built much of his career around assembling ensembles filled with performers he already knows and trusts. Cillian Murphy, Michael Caine, Tom Hardy, Kenneth Branagh, Anne Hathaway, and now Matt Damon are all examples of actors Nolan has returned to because they understand his process. Once an actor proves they can thrive within one of Nolan's productions, there's a good chance he'll find another role to give them. That familiarity matters. Especially since, as we understand, Nolan doesn't like to spend a lot of time giving direction. Nolan isn't simply casting famous names, he's casting actors he knows will serve the story, disappear into an ensemble when necessary, and deliver exactly what is required without unnecessary theatrics. And once you really think about it, Matt Damon may actually be the perfect choice for Odysseus. Damon has spent decades proving that he's one of Hollywood's premier leading men. He's unquestionably an A-list actor with an incredible range and a resume that speaks for itself. But what's always impressed me about him isn't the number of tools that he has as a performer, but his restraint in using them. I mean, there are plenty of talented actors who seem determined to remind you just how talented they are. Every scene becomes a showcase. Every emotional moment feels like they're putting on an acting clinic. They're chewing the scenery, and sometimes you're more aware of the performance than you are the character. Matt Damon tends to work differently. He creates rich, believable characters without calling attention to the work he's doing. His performances are almost never overcooked. He gives you exactly what the character needs, no more, no less, and that's a surprisingly difficult balance to achieve. One of the best examples is The Martian. That film succeeds, or fails, almost entirely on Damon's shoulders. For long stretches, he's the only actor on screen, carrying the audience through isolation, fear, humor, and frustration, and always determination. Now, it would have been easy for Mark Watney to be an exaggerated movie hero or a melodramatic survivor, but instead, Damon keeps the performance grounded. His humor feels effortless, his confidence never becomes arrogance, his vulnerability never slips into self-pity. Every emotion feels earned because it grows naturally from the character rather than from the actor trying to impress the audience. That's the kind of restraint that makes viewers forget they're watching a performance. Even after decades as one of the biggest stars in Hollywood, Damon has developed a rare ability to make his own celebrity disappear. And like any actor with a career of his stature, I'm sure he has an ego. But when the role demands it, that ego becomes practically invisible. That's exactly what Odysseus requires in this movie. This isn't a character who can dominate every scene simply because he's the protagonist. Sometimes Odysseus has to command the audience's attention with intelligence, leadership, and quiet resolve. Other times he has to step back, occupy the frame, and witness events unfolding around him and allow the story and the characters surrounding him to breathe. That ability to pull focus when necessary and then seamlessly blend into the ensemble is one of Matt Damon's greatest strengths as an actor. He's capable of becoming the center of gravity in a scene without forcing it. And for a filmmaker like Christopher Nolan, whose films are often filled with enormous ensemble casts, that quality becomes incredibly valuable. Looking back, Damon may have seemed like an unconventional choice for a legendary Greek hero, but unconventional doesn't mean wrong. In fact, it just might be what the role needs. Odysseus isn't defined by overwhelming physical dominance. He's defined by intelligence, resilience, patience, adaptability, and the ability to survive impossible circumstance through wit as much as strength. Those are qualities Matt Damon has spent much of his career portraying convincingly. I don't think Christopher Nolan was looking for an actor who could just simply play a legendary hero. He was looking for an actor who could make a legendary hero feel like a real man. So, being honest, Matt Damon was not my first choice. He wasn't even on my list. But if Christopher Nolan's career has taught me anything, it's great casting isn't always about the obvious choice. Sometimes it's about seeing something the audience hasn't yet seen, and more often than not, Nolan sees it long before the rest of us do.